The title of this story is Herald the Starfish Super Reef. Herald the Starfish Super Reef. Amen. You see where I'm going with this? Oh, yes. Herald the Starfish is the herald for the reef creatures. As the community herald, he proclaimed and announced things to come. This is his purpose, the place he holds for all to gather together in harmony and peace. Herald enjoyed climbing rocks that reached above the ocean water. He loved looking up at the many bright stars at night. He would climb up and stay for only a few minutes, and then he had to shimmy back down into the water to breathe. Herald loved adventure, and it was his greatest dream to know what is coming in the future. Ah, the unknown until known, so exciting, important, and joyful to Herald. The discovery of new and greater truths each night. As a child, Herald had pondered many a night as to whether the stars in the sky were his ancestors. Did he fall from the sky, or was he a shooting star, or was the ocean floor where he had always come from? Herald's gift was more for the future, so he enjoyed pondering as a child, but now he was the herald of the reef. Oh, what an honor that he took very seriously. So Herald was very good at focusing on the present and the future rather than the past. One beautiful bright night, as the moon shone and the stars glittered in the vast array, Herald noticed one star that was the brightest. Herald said, "Oh, beautiful star, who are you?" The star answered and said, "I am the Star of Wonder." The Star of Wonder spoke and said, "I am appointing you as the herald of the reef and will tell you of things to come. Then you will proclaim these truths to the community. This is your purpose. This is my delight, as I was told this by the silvery moon, which shines and guides in the night. You see, in the nighttime, the moon is brighter than the brightest star. The silvery moon reflects the greatest light, which is the sun. The sun, being the greater light, governs the day, and the moon, being the lesser light, governs the night. The ultimate light made and governs all. This we have been told and believe. The ultimate light is absolute truth. As the Star of Wonder, I am the one who talks with you, Herald, and then you tell your community. So you see, the ultimate light made the sun and the moon and the stars, and it is the order of things on the reef that you, Herald, communicate with me, the Star of Wonder, the brightest of stars. You see, your community of underwater creatures are nocturnal, so you are governed by the moon and led by me. I have a lot to tell you, Herald. Your mission has become larger, and you are prepared to gather the community and lead them through and forward by proclaiming the future, which I will be telling you of. You, Herald, because you are a starfish and can regenerate or grow back your whole body, even from one of your arms remaining, well, you make a good herald, Herald. Also, you have many predators, but due to regeneration capabilities, you will be able to be a herald to your community for a very, very long time. I will tell you at this point, says the Star of Wonder to Herald, the reef will be changing, and exploring outside the reef will become paramount for survival. And you will have to be paramighty. Amen. You will be assisted in this venture alongside of Jet Fast, We just call him J.F. Lobster, don't we? King Crab, and Ray the Stingray. These three friends you have known and been in harmony with for so many silvery moons, so you will work well with each other on this quest outside the reef. Your success in this mission will ensure your entire community a long and abundant life. I've said a lot, Herald, but you must have known this time would come. You have been made ready. Are you ready, Herald? Yes, you have made me ready. I remind you, as you know, I only am a common starfish. I'm not a royal starfish or a crown of thorns starfish, but merely a common starfish. I know, says the Star of Wonder, you have been trained and blessed. You have the ultimate light and the sun and the silvery moon, as well as me, behind you, Herald. Now you must put action to your training. You were made for this purpose and mission from before the reef. Now, it is time to discover outside the reef, outside, into the unknown, the adventure of trust of we who guide you, yourself, and your friends. I remind you, Herald, you have robust regenerative capabilities. You have an eye at the end of each of your arms to navigate. You have varied defense capabilities, such as smelly slime. Must I go on? I hear you, says Herald. These capabilities have served me well and given me long life. Now you want me to go into the unknown in trust and faith that the lights will guide me. Yes, Herald, you have mastered this part of your journey on the reef. But now the reef and its creatures need you. Now you are ready. You need to go out beyond and outside of what you have known. There's no adventure or good in stagnant waters. Harold says, stagnant? Yes, says the Star of Wonder. The life-giving flow of all that is needed for the reef to thrive is changing, Harold. It's changing. It has been all along, yet slowly. Now it is time, in this time of times, to search out a super reef. Ray, the Stingray, and Jetfast Lobster, along with King Crab, will be the perfect group to go with you. You must travel at night, which you are all equipped to do. Crabby the Clam has been loosely listening to this very deep conversation. She likes to keep everything simple and uncomplicated. She likes fun. She did hear that leaving the reef was in the future. This sounded complicated yet exciting. She began her simple plan to just tag along. Trident, the giant snail, was busy feasting on a crown of thorns starfish. This starfish eats coral, but Trident the giant eats the crown of thorns starfish. This protects the reefs from destruction. This giant diet consists of all kinds of starfish, and most and certainly smaller starfish cannot outrun the giant. Yet a starfish is quick and can release and detach an arm if need be. The giant has a hold of and get away. Amen. Growing back the arm, as starfish do regenerate, can take up to a year, but grow back they do. Harold knows he must be on his toes at all times, for he has been chosen as the most likely to survive so as to find and move his community to a super reef. Once discovered in this arduous journey that will take place, part of Harold's survival has been to bury himself into the sandy ocean bottom, where he is safe from predators. Also, his spiny, tough skin helps as well. But most of all, the silvery moon at night guides Harold by shining brightly and the Star of Wonder informs Herald of potential danger ahead, and along with potential paths and actions to take. Herald the Starfish says it is time to begin this journey to find a super reef where we all will thrive and be in great joy. All gather for a meeting. Ray, the stingray, JF Lobster, King Crab, and they're the main team. But Krabby the Clam is looking on. Ray is watching his favorite shows on the underwater cell phone a diver had dropped. The phone is recharged by the sunlight. Ray is the fastest and most important to this mission as he can quickly explore the area that they've traveled and as they travel. But Ray has been watching his favorite love stories. This keeps Ray occupied most of the time except to eat. Ray can go as fast as 30 miles an hour, which is lightning fast compared to the others. The first challenge is to present something to Ray that would initiate him to actually put down the phone and move forward. JF Lobster speaks up, and he says to Ray, I hear the super reefs have built-in cameras and will film us when we get there, and we would all be on our own show. We would be the show for others to watch. Oh, this sounds really interesting to Krabby the Clam, as she is thinking she might want to be more involved if there's an opportunity to be in a show herself. Herald says, King Crab, come in closer to the group so we can all meet and talk and plan. King moves very slowly as if sleepy all the time, but he's fully alert to the purpose ahead. Herald speaks, I will be talking with Star of Wonder tonight and listening for our instructions to go forward to find a super reef. The silvery moon will be bright enough tonight to clearly show the way. Yet, as you know, Wonder will tell us what is ahead into the future. And as Herald for our community, you know I will spread the information. Ray, are you on board? Ray says, yes. I heard JF say I can have my own show when we find the super reef's cameras. Well, that's not exactly what JF said, says Herald. But I'm happy to know you will lend your speedy talent to scope out the areas as we go forward. Ray says, Herald, you will be able to pull yourself away from your shows that you watch, correct? Oh, yes. I want to go see what I've been watching in person at the super reef. Last night I was watching the Whale of a Story nightly news and saw seahorses dancing. Such a beautiful dance. Seahorses mate for life, and each morning the couples greet each other by dancing, and they mirror each other's moves to strengthen their bond. They change colors too. Such a lovely story, a lovely love story, and I just love to watch love story shows. End of part 1.